Your dog might be sitting outside your bathroom door right now. You closed it just a moment ago, and it quietly followed, stopped, and settled right there. Nothing scared it. It's not panicking. It simply tracked your movement, reached the door, and decided that this exact spot is where it should stay. Most people explain this in one of two ways. Either the dog is anxious or it just loves you a lot. Both explanations sound reasonable, but neither of them actually describes what's going on. Because when researchers spent years studying this behavior, they ended up with a completely different interpretation. Dogs that follow their owners everywhere even have a term in scientific literature: Velcro dogs. And the instinct is to hear that as a problem, as if something went wrong developmentally. But the evidence points in another direction. In 2013, researchers at the Clever Dog Lab in Vienna ran a simple but revealing experiment. They gave dogs a food puzzle they couldn't solve on their own and changed just one variable: whether the owner was in the room. When the owner stayed, dogs engaged with the puzzle longer. They kept trying, explored more, and stayed invested in something that wasn't immediately rewarding. When the owner left, they disengaged much faster. Then the researchers tested something else. They replaced the owner with a stranger, and nothing changed. The presence of another human didn't help at all. The effect was specific to the owner. Which leads to the key idea. Your dog isn't following you because it can't function without you. It follows you because with you present, it functions better. This is known as the secure base effect. Just like a child uses a parent at the edge of a playground, not as a crutch, but as a reference point that makes the environment feel manageable. The dog outside your door isn't fragile. It's positioned near you because that's where it operates most effectively. And importantly, dogs without any separation anxiety showed the same pattern. This isn't a symptom, it's a built-in system. There's another layer beneath this behavior that explains why dogs physically move with you from room to room. When something unfamiliar appears, a noise, an object, a person, dogs do something almost automatic. They look back at you. Researchers at the University of Milan tested this directly. They introduced a strange object, a fan covered in green streamers, and observed 75 dogs. 83% of them looked at the object, then immediately turned to their owner. But what matters most is what happened next. Their reaction depended entirely on the owner's expression. If the owner appeared calm or positive, the dog approached. If the owner showed concern, the dog backed away. This is called referential looking. Your dog is using you as a real-time source of information about the world, and for that to work, it needs one thing: visual access to you. That's why your dog moves when you move. It's not attachment in the emotional sense, it's positioning. By staying close, your dog maintains access to the one reference point it trusts most. Every time it follows you into another room, it's not being needy. It's keeping the option to check in whenever something changes. In households with multiple people, dogs usually prefer to follow one person more than others. And this isn't just about affection, it's about predictability. Who feeds them? Who reaches for the leash? Whose actions most often lead to something meaningful? Dogs tend to orient toward the person who is the most consistent source of relevant events. So when you walk from the kitchen to the hallway, your dog isn't just tracking you, it's tracking the probability that something important is about to happen. This becomes even more obvious in unfamiliar environments. A 2024 study from the Clever Dog Lab showed that dogs will copy even unnecessary actions performed by their caregiver, instead of taking a shorter or more efficient path, even when they already knew a better solution. In a new or unclear situation, the strategy shifts: stay close and follow the one who understands the environment. This isn't submission, it's a way of managing uncertainty. And none of this is accidental. In 2017, researchers at Princeton identified structural variations in two genes found in domestic dogs, GTF2I and GTF2IRD1. What makes this remarkable is where else these genes appear. In humans, changes in these same genes are linked to Williams-Buren syndrome, a condition associated with extreme sociability and a strong drive to connect with others. In simple terms, it's a genetic tendency toward human interaction. Wolves don't have these variants. Dogs do, which means the drive to stay close to humans is part of their biological design. This behavior isn't just learned, it's the result of thousands of years of selection for proximity and cooperation with humans. Your dog follows you because, at a genetic level, it is built to do exactly that. There is, however, an important distinction to understand. In 2006, researchers at Tufts University found that dogs with clinical separation anxiety do not spend more time near their owners at home than dogs without it. Following behavior and separation anxiety are not the same thing. A typical Velcro dog can rest calmly even when you're not nearby. It may choose to follow, but it can also settle and relax. A dog with anxiety cannot disengage. The tension doesn't go away, even after reconnecting, and even short separations trigger escalating stress. These are fundamentally different patterns. So when your dog sits outside your bathroom door, here's what's actually happening. It has chosen a position that gives it the best access to you. It's monitoring your movements for information. It has learned that you are the most reliable signal of what happens next. And the drive to stay close? That's not a flaw. It's a built-in system shaped by evolution. Your dog isn't following you because something is wrong. It's following you because, in its world, you are the most useful, most predictable, and most trusted reference point it has. And that's not neediness. That's the strongest form of connection science can describe. Now, think about your own dog. Does it follow one person more than everyone else? Does it sit outside the door, just like this? If this changed the way you see your dog, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and drop a comment below.